You already know what you should do, you have known for a while, so why are you still not doing it? That is the question we are sitting with today, because the problem is not information. The problem is not even motivation, the problem is something running underneath all of that. Welcome back to Ife Random Reflections. If you are new here, I am Ife and this is a space for honest conversations about healing and becoming. And if you have been here for a while, thank you. We just hit the second half of the year and I am grateful you are still riding with me. Now let us get into it because today I am going to make this personal. For a long time, I did not trust people who were kind to me without an obvious reason. Somewhere early in life, I learned that kindness usually had a cost. That generosity was almost always transactional. So when genuinely selfless people started showing up in my life later on, I did not know what to do with that, so I pulled away. Because love without conditions felt like a trap I had not identified yet. In relationships, I had this quiet belief that people would eventually leave me for someone better. I never consciously decided that, it just lived underneath everything. So my pattern was to leave first, emotionally, create distance before they could. I told myself it was a coping mechanism. And it was, but it also meant I never fully let anything good land. And the overthinking, knowing the answer but circling it so many times it started to feel like a question again. Staying in indecision because making a choice meant the choice could go wrong. I would lie awake replaying conversations that had already ended well, looking for the part where it was actually going to fall apart. My mind treated peace like a countdown. Something to brace for rather than something to enjoy. I share this because I know someone watching right now has their own version of this story. The pattern might look different on the outside, but the engine underneath it is the same. Here is the reframe I want you to hold on to. Self-sabotage is not a character flaw. It is not proof that something is wrong with you. It is protection that has outlived its purpose. Every pattern you have that seems to work against you once made complete sense. Your nervous system learned something painful and decided to protect you from ever feeling it again. That was intelligent. The problem is your nervous system does not automatically know when things are different now. So it keeps running old software on new situations and producing the same results. Think about it this way. If a smoke alarm once saved your life during an actual fire, you would not call it broken. You would call it doing its job. But if that same alarm keeps going off every time you make toast, something has gone wrong in its calibration, not in its intention. Self-sabotage is often a smoke alarm that never learned the fire is over. It shows up differently for everyone, procrastinating on your biggest goals, pushing away the people who get closest. Shrinking in rooms where you deserve space, quitting before the finish line because finishing means being seen, deflecting every act of genuine care. Some of you overwork so you never have to sit still with your own thoughts. Some of you stay busy loving everyone else so no one asks how you are really doing. Some of you keep choosing people who confirm what you already believe about yourself instead of people who challenge it. But underneath all of it, there is usually one of three things. You do not believe you deserve it. You are waiting for it to be taken away. Or you have been in survival mode for so long that peace actually feels wrong and stability feels suspicious. Sit with that last one, because for some of you, calm does not feel like rest. It feels like the quiet before something bad happens. And that is not weakness. That is a body that learned to survive chaos so well it forgot how to trust the absence of it. I want to bring God into this part because I do not think healing is only a psychological process. I think it is also a spiritual one. Scripture says He restores the soul, not just the mind, not just the behavior, the soul. The part of you that decided very early on what love was allowed to look like. That restoration is not instant and it is not always comfortable, but it is real. You are not doing this alone, even on the nights it feels like you are. So let us talk about what actually helps, not in a theoretical way, in a practical, put it into practice this week kind of way. 1. Change the question. Stop asking yourself why you are so self-destructive. That question carries shame, and shame does not produce growth. Instead, ask, what am I protecting myself from right now? When the overthinking starts, ask whether this is actually about now or about something that happened before. Most of the time, it is the past speaking, not the present. Write the question down if you have to. Sometimes seeing it in your own handwriting takes the power out of it. 2. Practice receiving. This is genuinely hard for people who learned not to trust goodness, but the next time someone offers to help, let them. The next time someone is kind without an agenda, stay in it instead of looking for the catch. You deserve to practice what it actually feels like to be cared for without a cost attached. Start small if you need to. Let someone pay for your coffee without immediately planning how to pay them back. Let a compliment land without deflecting it. These are not small things. They are training your nervous system to believe that good things are allowed to just be good. 3. Give people a chance to be who they say they are. One of the hardest things I had to admit was that I had been making decisions for people before they had the chance to make them for themselves. I decided they would leave before they left. So I took away the possibility of being surprised. The practice is simple even if it is not easy. Wait, watch, let people show you before you decide you already know. And when they do show you something different from what you feared, let yourself actually receive that evidence instead of explaining it away. There is a fourth thing I want to add, and it is this. Give yourself the same patience you are learning to give other people. You did not build these patterns overnight, and you will not dismantle them overnight either. There will be days you catch yourself pulling away again, or overthinking again, or shrinking again. That is not proof that nothing has changed. That is proof that you are human and still in process. Grace covers that too. Self-sabotage is a response. It was once a wise and necessary one, but responses can be updated. You are not sentenced to keep repeating what kept you safe when you were younger and more vulnerable. You do not have to leave before they leave. You do not have to keep yourself small so that losing hurts less. You are allowed to stay. That is what I want you to carry this week. One truth, that is all.